All right, welcome to yet another weekend market analysis. In this analysis, I am just going to be very brief and straight to the point. Before we conduct the analysis, let's look into the weekend market analysis, the Forex factory economical calendar to see those high impact news announcements that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. As you can see, we have quite a number of high impact news announcements scheduled for this coming week. Monday is bank holiday, right? Coming from the American axis, see that, so we should expect a bit of a slow price action on Monday. Then from Wednesday, Tuesday we don't have any high impact news announcement, but from Wednesday we have a good number of high impact news announcements. And as usual, intraday traders, you want to pay attention to all of these high impact news announcements. Make sure you have the scheduled time and days on your notepad, so you're not trapped on this news release. Okay, last week was quite a bit of a volatile trading week. In fact, most of the Japanese yen pairs moved without looking back. The Japanese yen went really weak. All right. Some opportunities happened quite fast, some was just too erratic, but then we're only able to take one trade. Okay, the trade we took was in the euro against the American dollar, and of course that signal was sent in the 1 hour time frame, and that was our entry. Our stop loss was somewhere here. We managed to take some few profit from this trade. Okay, we took a few profit on the first half. We took 21 pips. On the second half we took 34 pips. All right, a bit too early for us to cash out that profit, because if you look into the chart, you can see that our entry was somewhere around here. Okay, and of course you can see how price just pushed to the upside in this pair, the euro against the American dollar. So we actually took that trade. It was a nice entry, but we took profit quite fast and only 30 pips. Anyway, in this review, let's see the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. Remember, we were involved in this pair. Okay, we're actually involved in this pair. Our entry was somewhere around in here. Okay, we took a long entry. We closed the remaining part somewhere there, but price again pushed up. It was a nice trade. Okay, we closed that trade out completely. Sadly, in the euro against the sterling pounds, for those of you who followed, we actually took that trade somewhere in here. We took a nice profit up to this area. Then price went all the way to take us at break even out of the way. All right, then began to fall again to the downside. That was quite sad, and so 50% went back into the market on this one. Well, that is not a problem. We are in the market, and of course we will always find valid opportunities. All right, I want to share with you some opportunities that I will be following for this week, and of course the first one is the New Zealand dollar against. Okay, sorry about that, this is not an opportunity actually. If you look into our chart, you will see that we had a trade in the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen, and of course that trade was stopped out. Right, we scored a loss on that one. That one gave us a loss. We didn't take any profit out of that. We actually lost money on that pair, and of course I want to analyze the pair right now. Our entry got stopped out. Let's look into the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, you will see a heavy congestion. That's the heavy congestion right there. And what's happening here? Well, I will want to just skip these areas. To be very specific, I will keep these areas as my levels of support and resistance in the monthly time frame. You can clearly see how price has been topping around those areas. Okay, price has been finding that area as resistance and this one here as support. Okay, well, we didn't quite take this into consideration. Our entry was somewhere in there, and of course price push up and now trading around resistance zone. It's a bad trade. Now let's see the weekly time frame. You will also see how price is now trading around that area, which may act as resistance. Again, if you move into the daily time frame, maybe some counter trend line, we could have these levels Let's keep it right there. Okay, that counter trend line, of course, is an area. All right, it is an area. You can see how price has been attempting every time it comes to that point, it seems to go back down. All right, so price is also approaching a problematic area which may act as resistance in the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. There is actually nothing to trade here. There is no value set up for us, but all of this right now is more of a channel. All right, so we are not interested. We are just watching to see if we get any value price reaction for us to find another entry. Okay, now the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. This was actually a nice setup about 2 weeks ago. If you look into the weekly time frame, okay, but before we come here, let's see the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, we have this level here, which of course, this is the weekly time frame. Okay, that level of course acted as resistance. So let me just keep this within the weekly time frame. Resistance right there. Then monthly time frame, nothing really. That's the level of you can see how price bounced off that level. You see that was a nice bounce. Okay, I was expecting further pushes, better pushes to the downside, but we got just one candle a bit push to the downside. That was still okay. Right now I am having an interesting price action. I have a counter trend line here. I'm going to draw that. Okay, you can see price is trading around a problematic zone. Let's zoom in that. You can see that clearly from your end. This is resistance, resistance, resistance. It got broken. Right now price is coming back down, testing it as what? Support. Remember, the principle of formal resistance may now act as support, and that is what we are seeing right here. And of course, the candle close here is a doji. All right, it's a doji signaling that, hey, we may be bouncing off this area and then pushing to the upside again. Again, if you have to draw your trend line, I will take a copy trend line from there. Let's take this trend line. Okay, right there, you can see that was the initial bounce, push up, came back, heavy swing, again back down. Okay, so this is a point of confluence that price seems to be bouncing off. That is a point of confluence that price seems to be bouncing off. Again, another level of support. If we have to look at too many levels of support coming together, let me keep that one in red. You will see that price is also reacting off this micro level of support, which may actually belong to the daily time frame. Okay, so right there, and then a fake breakout. So from here on, I expect to see maybe price will make a push. Let me use the green color. Make a push to the upside. Okay, then maybe something like that. But this is not really it's not the best of setup that I actually like to trade. Why am I saying that? Because price is actually trading around a heavy level of resistance. Okay, so buying here, you have to be very careful, because this is a whole area of resistance that can drop price back down. But as long as price holds above that level, well, we may see that push again to the upside, and that bounce is indeed valid. If we are going to take this trade, well, we will let you know how we are going to be trading it in the signals section. Okay, all right, so we have another one in